Hi everybody, I'm Patrick and this is the weekly update this Friday the 13th for Funagain Games. You may notice that Alex Williams is not here today. He did step into an interdimensional... What's going on? He did step into an interdimensional time rift while battling the forces of Cthulhu, and will hopefully be back next week with most of his organs and sanity intact. Normally we start this at 1 o'clock, but due to Munchkins and Gnomes, had a little bit of a delay. And that said, let's take a look at this week's pre-orders. Alright, we've got Sparkle Kitty, a hand management deck building game for 3 to 8 players by Breaking Games. Asking for Trobils, a worker placement pick up and deliver sci-fi game for 2 to 7 players by Breaking Games. Princess Bride-opoly, it's Monopoly but with Princess Bride, 2 to 5 players by Toy Vault. Our favorite arcade game comes back, Centipede, asymmetrical grid movement game, 2 to 4 players by IDW. Aeon's End, 2nd edition, hand management deck building sci-fi game for 1 to 4 players. New games from Haba include Tiny Park, a tile laying card and dice game for 2 to 4 players. Prima Ballerina, action and dexterity card game for 2 to 6 players. On the Hunt for Dinos, a dinosaur memory game for 2 to 4 players. Crazy Corral, a farming memory game for 2 to 4 players. Caution! Under Construction, a construction card game. Rally Run, a racing memory game for, you got it, 2 to 4 players. Well, that's it for pre-orders. As you all know, Essen is right around the corner, so let's take a look at some of the pre-orders we've got for Essen. Powerships, a racing grid movement game for 2 to 6 players by Quali. King of Tokyo, Halloween 2017 edition for 2 to 6 players by Aiello. Warriors of Jogu, a hand management deck building bluffing game for 2 players by Monsoon Publishing. Death Over the Kingdom, hand management deck building trick taking game for 3 to 16 players. Hexcalibur, Witches of Cenegula, and Divinity Derby, a racing card game for 3 to 6 players by Ares Games. Like I said, Essen is just around the corner, so I want to take just a moment to tell you about our Funagain Games Mule service. So few of us ever actually get a chance to go to Essen, which is regrettable, but Funagain Games makes it easier for you by performing mule service. This means you place the pre-orders for the games that you want to receive from Essen, we fly over there and bring back as many of those as we can for you. It's really a great service. Everything, our prices are already included in the flight, so you don't have to pay extra for that, and our $125 minimum still counts for free shipping within the United States. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what's new this week. Alright, we've got Happy Salmon card game. It's like the Happy Salmon that you know and love, but blue. We have Hostage Negotiator little card packs here. We've got the Demand Pack number 1. Abductor Pack 5. Abductor Pack 6. And Abductor Pack 7. We've got some new character packs for Star Wars Imperial Assault. One of the best things to come out of the prequels, Maul. We've got Ahsoka Tano. There's a character model and the art. Oh, and for, I believe, the first time ever, Emperor Palpatine. You will purchase the power of the dark side. All right. Alex tried to get me to go ahead and say this wrong for you. This is Junggle, not Junggle. The cool thing about this game is this game has 5 different games in one. Got some great kid-friendly art in there. Make sure you grab yourself one of those. Codenames Disney. This might be a fun take on Codenames for people who are big Disney fans. This is the family edition. This is 2 to 8 players, ages 8 and up. It takes about 15 minutes to play. Spynet. There's the back of the box there. Some good sketchy, almost monochromatic art on there. This is for 2 to 4 players. Takes about 30 minutes. Recommended age 14 and up. Oh man, if you are a follower of Kickstarter games, you've heard about this one. Bears versus Babies. Oh man. This is the card game. It's a sequel from the people who brought us Exploding Kittens. Got this nice fuzzy container there. And also, there's the NSFW pack, if you want to play a little bit more of an adult game, Bears vs. Babies. There is a familiar object hiding inside there. I can't tell you what that is. Mad Science Expo. This game is for 2 to 6 players, 20 minutes, ages 14 and up, brought to you by AEG. Dungeon Hustle. This is a fun version of dungeon crawling games where you play iconic fantasy characters like a fighter, a rogue, a cleric, and a mage. You are searching for potions, artifacts, keys, all kinds of things in a dungeon, trying to keep the minions from escaping. If too many escape, you will lose. Dark Moon Shadow Corporation. This is an expansion for Dark Moon base game. This is recommended ages 12 and up, 3 to 7 players. Takes about 60-75 minutes. Has some really cool art in there. Great way to expand your game if you're a Dark Moon fan. Blurble. Recommended ages 8 and up. That was hard to say. 4 to 8 players. Takes about 15 minutes. It's a great great game for a party game, blurting out, seeing who can come up with the funniest answer, and kind of talking like I have been. Cat Lady! I've seen pre-orders for this one. This is finally in. Players take the role of cat ladies, making sure that your cats have enough toys and food. And the art on this game is just outstanding. This is also by AEG, 2 to 4 players, 30 minutes or so. Raiders of the North Sea. This is by Renegade Game Studio. 2 to 4 players, recommended ages 12 and up. Takes about 60 to 80 minutes. And this is a worker placement game. We're trying to raid and pillage and impress the war chief. Samurai Gardener. This is just another beautiful card game. On this one, you are trying to grab your cards quickly, but thoughtfully place them to make the best configurations for your garden. Samurai Gardener is 2 to 5 players, takes about 15 to 20 minutes, and recommended ages 10 and up. This is by Osprey Games. Ooh, this is another one we've been hearing about. Scott Pilgrim's precious little card game. I'm definitely going to get one of those, as a big fan of both the Scott Pilgrim comic, video game, and movie. This has a couple of different ways to play. This is also by Renegade Game Studios. 30 to 60 minutes, 1 to 4 players, ages 13 and up. Kingdom Builder Harvest. This is the expansion to Kingdom Builder. This is another game with some really good art on there, really well thought out. This is by Queen Games, 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, about 45 minutes. Star Wars Imperial Assault, Heart of the Empire. Another great expansion for Star Wars Imperial Assault. I see lots of new characters and walkers, a steampunk Wookiee, so you know you need it. This is by Fantasy Flight, ages 14 and up, 2 to 5 players. Takes about 1 to 2 hours. "60 Seconds to Save the World." This is by AEG, ages 14 and up, 2 to 6 players. Takes about 45 minutes. So between 60 seconds and 45 minutes. Dead of Winter, Warring Colonies, another expansion to Dead of Winter. Ages 14 and up, 4 to 11 players. That's amazing. Takes between 60 and 120 minutes. And like other Dead of Winter games, just has the amazing art on the minis. This is by Plaid Hat Games. This War of Mine, the board game based on the video game. Some of the art on there, another great miniatures-based game. This War of Mine is 45 to 120 minutes, 1 to 6 players, so you can play solo if you want to. Recommended ages 18 and up. Cool thing about this game is it advertises open and play. Just set up the component and start your experience without the need for reading long rule books, so that's pretty cool. See how that works out. Rexon, kind of a spin-off to Dead of Winter. Kind of a plain looking background, but there's some of the back. Ages 14 and up, 1 to 4 players, another solo game. 45 to 60 minutes, also by Plaid Hat Games. Rexon. Edge of Humanity. This is by Golden Egg Games. Recommended ages 13 and up, 2 to 5 players. 45 minutes or so. We never saw it coming. Were we the ones who fired first? Oh, and then lastly, we've got Wartime. If you are fans of games like the original Warcraft series, you may be into this one. What's super cool about this game is that it's not a turn-based RPG or turn-based war game. You and your opponent actually play at the same time. It uses sand timers and dials. This is a 14 and up game. Let's see, 2 players. It takes about 30 minutes. Remember, your opponent isn't waiting for you. In wartime, it's always your turn. That's pretty cool. It's a very heavy game, so a lot of good stuff in there. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look at this week's bestsellers. In number 5, we have The Colonists. Number 4 is Pax Renaissance. 3, Terraforming Mars. In second place, Codenames. And in first place, Charterstone. let's take a look at our game of the week. Our game of the week is Shark Island. Shark Island is 2 to 5 players, 30 to 60 minutes, ages 14 and up by Upper Deck. Has a lot of cool art on there. People trying to surf and have a great time. Those pesky sharks just aren't having it. A lot of tokens and other game components in there. That is a lot of fun. And it's 25% off this week. So grab that before that swims away. All right, thanks for hanging out with us for this weekly update, Friday the 13th. I just want to go ahead and let you know to show up every Monday in October for our Halloween Funagain games, Nights of Terror, 5:30. We're going to be doing those. This next week, we're going to be playing Lobotomy. On Wednesdays, as always, we have our 5:30 game night. This week, we're playing Roundhouse, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And make sure to always show up at 1 o'clock on Fridays for our weekly updates. Except for this week, because of Gnomes and Munchkins. So, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.